You've arrived. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bryan and welcome to my first YouTube video. Come join me on my makeup journey and also your makeup journey. So this is my first video, so I'm just going to do one of my everyday looks. It's a very full coverage, very glam look. So if you're into those, stay tuned. So I'm going to go ahead and get started right away with my makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and tone my face first with the Garnier Fructis toner. This one has alcohol in it, so if you do have that oily skin, it is a nice toner just because it will dry your face out. Just be aware not to use too much. Over time it will dry your face out extremely, so just be sparing with it and you should be good. I do like to use a folding fan as well. It helps to just dry all that product in and help to get it set up for makeup. After that, I'm going to take this lovely Lancome Hydrogen Moisturizer. I do like to tone and moisturize before I start my makeup just because that way the skin is ready, it's healthy, you know. Skin care and skin prep are equally as important as the makeup you're putting on it. So if you're not taking care of your skin, there's no point in doing makeup. It's true though. I mean, healthy skin equals good makeup looks. This is a true statement proven by all the makeup peoples everywhere. And this really smells nice too. It's like a floral scent. I got this in my Sephora Play box. I definitely would recommend getting a sample at Sephora if you can get one because it smells so nice. And it actually works really well to hydrate my skin. I love it personally. Oh my god, it smells so good. Like seriously, I cannot get over it. It's like I'm going into the, I don't know, the garden section of the store or something and getting some nice flowers all over my face. It's lovely, let me tell you. So now, we're gonna go ahead and grab my Makeup Forever primer. This is the Step 1 Skin Equalizer. It just makes a nice smooth base for us. We're going to start just applying it and rubbing it all over. It's very silicone feeling, which I do like. Sometimes it can be a little too silicone-y, I don't know, silicone-esque. I don't know the correct term for that, but just make sure you're using the correct amount. Overusage can make your makeup slide around, and we're going to try and combat that later, but nonetheless, make sure you're using the right amount. I feel like it's more about how you use your makeup and how much you're gonna use. You can get a full coverage look out of maybe a medium coverage foundation if you're just applying correctly, more so than packing it on, you know? Oi. Something I say a lot, oi. I'm from the Midwest, I'm from Chicago. I used to have a really bad Chicago accent too. Like, I said teaching me acts in Chicago. But now I got rid of that after I moved to Arizona, because thank God. Ugh, I hated how I sounded. Alright, we are nice and primed, ready for the first step of our actual makeup. Go ahead and screw that cap back on. I like to be organized when I do my makeup too. I don't like it disorganized. So I do like to use a beauty sponge when I'm applying my foundation. I think it gives me the best coverage, the best look, but I do also use a brush in the first step. So that first brush step is going to be my angled foundation brush. It's one from Anjou. I got it on Amazon. Not the best brush ever, but it's what I'm working with. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint that on my face like I would use a normal paintbrush, sliding it around first, and then I like to stipple over. Even though it's not a stipple brush and it's not built for that, I do think using that as a technique helps to build the coverage for it, and it really does. You can clearly see the difference from this side of my face to this side, and I think there's a clear difference to be shown. We're going to keep going in. And then I usually like to go over it with a beauty blender as well, just because I think this really presses it into those pores. I think that's what's most important, really getting that base down so that everything else can work alongside your foundation. If you don't have a good base set, you're not going to be able to get anything else going. And that is the Makeup Forever R260 Liquid Ultra HD Foundation. Definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend. You can clearly see the coverage on it. She a thick coverage. And I ain't got no problem with that. It does retail for $43 though. So if you're not trying to bake the bank, I do also own, in the same shade, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. Another excellent foundation I would recommend as well. Very similar. Only $8 too. So if you're looking for that dupe, go and hit her up. Hit her up at the Safeway. So yeah, just keep going. I do like to do a couple more layers. I only do the first layer with the brush because it kind of takes forever. So we're just going to keep going and keep going in. Make sure we get our nose. And also, I'm pretty extra, if you haven't already noticed, and I do like to put foundation on my ears. It's a new technique. My ears get really red. It's not really new, but my ears get so red during the day. It's really ridiculous. So I just like to wipe a little bit off from my finger, and then try and avoid my piercing there because it kind of hurts, and try and reduce that redness. Then we're gonna go ahead and go in again with another layer of foundation. Alright, go in with another layer. I do like it full coverage. Just a smaller layer, not something too big. I like to do 2 layers just because that's what I feel I need for full coverage. I do have a lot of acne and a lot of red spots, so I think it's very easy when you have a full coverage foundation to just put 2 light layers over your face, and then your foundation is nice and set. I think so. Make sure we're getting those under bags too, because dear God, my bags are terrible. Alright, and there's foundation. So, for those beginners out there, I want to make sure this is an inclusive video for everyone. Your foundation is that first step you're going to be putting on of actual makeup. It's going to do the majority of the coverage on your face. Obviously, at the beginning of the video, you saw how red my face was, you saw the acne up here, you saw a lot of different things. And now that I have foundation on, it's very even skin tone, and it's very covered. So my skin looks a lot more covered up here. You can see that there's a difference between before and after. We demonstrated that in the first part. So we're going with your concealer. This is the Makeup Forever, a full coverage concealer in the shade number 4. So I do love this concealer for many reasons. I do get very bad wrinkles on my forehead. Like terrible wrinkles on my forehead, I kid you not. Dear, my forehead wrinkles are the worst. And also I love this because it's a very full coverage concealer. So we're just gonna go ahead and blend that out. And as you can see, it's again covering everything we need. Again, making it more of a poreless, matte sheet of skin than it would of just that gross skin. I'm gonna go ahead and cover up that blemish right there. At least try to. My pores and pimples can sometimes be huge, so conceal my nose. That's what I don't like about this sometimes. Sometimes it's a little difficult to spread. Okay, now we're gooch on that. Let's spread her out a little bit. Yeah, not too bad. So this is an important part, putting it on that high point of the face, making sure we're starting the highlighting and contour process now, as opposed when we get to that highlight contour process later. I do like to start it now just because you can conceal up in here and get a high point and start building those high points from the beginning of your look instead of waiting until you get to highlight. It's easier to start like this. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Blender, blender. Sometimes these things are real difficult to blend out though. Like, this is a thick concealer, so she's rough to blend. Yeah, get nice and in there. And then to make sure this doesn't crease, as soon as I'm done blending, we're gonna go ahead and set. I would recommend personally, it's a drugstore, but I don't care. Don't at me. The e.l.f. setting powder. Girl, this is blurring. Like, she blurs. She blurs, let me tell you. I'm just gonna go ahead, and it's very easy to get this crap everywhere. So, careful. Like, when I say careful, I mean it. Just blur. I don't know if you can actually see it in the camera, but like, this is like so finely milled, but it's so nice. Oh dear. She nice. And just wipe, don't push in. I found that it blurs out better when you just push gently in to your eye or to wherever you're trying to apply this powder instead of blending like you would with your normal beauty blender. These are not beauty blenders. Disclaimer, I use beauty sponges. These are the Technic from, this one I'm holding right now is the Technic from Target. And the other one was the Sephora Holiday Collection Fox in a Box kind of thing. I'm just going to go ahead and keep going with our little concealer spots. And we're just going to let that bake while I start my contour. So while that's on, I'm going to grab my contour palette from Stila. It's a Stila Contour Highlight Duo. As you can see, it's got a nice little mirror. It's cute. It's so cute. It actually is kind of cute. No lie. Let me grab my contour brush. Okay. So obviously, contouring is one of those things that not everyone knows how to do. So we're gonna learn today. We're gonna go ahead and do this, the fishy face. You see those hollows of the cheeks? That's where you really want to put your contour. So like right here, where the shadow is, that's what you're gonna create. So that's gonna carve out this part of your cheekbone, so that way you're creating that shadow. So we're just gonna follow that. I do like a contoured face, so I'm gonna contour the hell out of my face, like really. You're gonna be like, do you need this much contour? And I'm gonna say, yes, I do. And then we're just gonna go on with the rest. And I'm gonna use a different contour product for my nose contour, just because I think it's a cooler tone, and I think it works better for me, personally. Not everyone needs to do that. I mean, sometimes it works just fine for you. Sometimes it's just dandy. But for me, of course, as you already know, I'm extra. So I like to do all these things that I don't need to do. But I do them anyways. Because why not? Okay. Set on that. I'm going to take the Laura Mercier eye crayon in the shade All Natural. And go ahead and start carving this cool part of my face out. And I do love this Sadir. You can also, it's supposed to be an eyeshadow, but I don't know. I don't like the shade of it as an eyeshadow. I think it works better as my contour. Just a tip. Gonna go ahead and wipe off my bake real quick here. Wipe it off, wipe it off. Wipey, wipey, wipey. The song of wiping off your bake. Cool. Now that that's all wiped, and I just drop that on the floor, it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and blend. Just blend it out. Blendy, blendy, blend. And you're gonna see that shadow start to form harder. Now you can see that shadow is formed, and I look like I just lost 5 pounds. It's great, isn't it? That's why I love contour. Oh, contour makes you look tiny. Makes you look hot too. Like really, you look hot when you're doing this. Also, make sure that your contour is the correct shade. Choosing the correct shade of contour is important. I personally enjoy a cream contour over a powder contour because I just don't like how powder contours look. I don't think they look very blended. I think they look very poor. Again, my opinion doesn't need to be shared opinion, but I just think this contour blends so much nicer. It creates better shadows when you're doing it, and especially if you're like paler skinned like I am, I definitely would recommend one of these just because it helps to make you not look as pale when you do blend, because it'll also act as like a first bronzer, so that way you don't over bronze. I think. My opinion again. Keep going. And then I do like a snatch nose as well. I'm going to pinch the crap out of my nose. So I'm going to go ahead and probably add a second layer after I do my first nose contour layer. And I'm probably going to try and give myself a little button nose because my nose is huge. So we're going to bring myself in, blend it out. Yeah, not too bad. You can still see that line. You want to keep blending though, so that no one sees that. It's just a shadow at that point. Yeah, you can see the difference now. That's a straight line down, and how this part is still kind of gross. We're gonna go for it though. I'm gonna go for another layer on the sides, and then we're gonna button my nose up. So buttoning the nose, it's something I do. It's putting a line right here to like shorten your nose, so that way your nose looks not as long. I do have a very long nose, as you can see in the profile. It's like right here. I'm gonna try and make it look so it's shorter. Again, coming back in with my Laura Mercier eye crayon. Just get the damn thing open. Oh, there we go. To another layer over top. Just ending my nose here. Perfect. So we're gonna end it. Build that. Excellent, eh? We're gonna go ahead and keep blending over. Alright. It's actually not looking too bad now. Now that we really got that nose contour, it's pinching very nicely. And I do use this all the time. This is like very good contour routine for me, I feel. So now that you can see, my nose has gotten a lot skinnier, and it also looks a little bit shorter, as you can tell. When you look to the side, it doesn't help as much, but from where it is, you can see that the shadow is starting to form as we blend it out, so that nose is looking a little shorter. All right, that's most of our face. We're gonna go ahead and go in with our highlight. I do love, personally, cream highlight. I'm a cream fan, if you couldn't tell. The Cover FX highlight drops. This is in the shade Moonlit, I believe. These are gorgeous. You'd need like 1 or 2 drops at max. Not a lot. Unless you're me, then we're gonna blind someone with it. But still. And I love this product not just because it's a great highlighter, but girl, you could put this in with your foundation, and it's a matte and poreless, still get that coverage, still not dry your skin out, but get a luminous finish out of it. Like, this thing is gorgeous, let me tell you. And yes, it is a dropper, and yes, I'm applying it on like it's a paddle. Again, no worries. It does create a little bit of texture, so just be careful with how much you're using. I would recommend starting off small. This is how much I normally use on a daily basis. So I would recommend starting off a little smaller with the highlight, but as you can see, it hits blinding. She blinding. As she hits the light. And keep going. Woo! Love that. I love that so much. Blinding highlights are my favorite. So I guess I started doing makeup about a year ago. Actually, yeah, it was exactly a year ago because I started in January. I think makeup has helped me grow a lot as a person, to be honest. I think it's something that not everyone does, and obviously not a lot of guys are into it. So I think it's something that it's just like another form of self-expression that I have. I'm currently a barista at Starbucks, and I do wear makeup to Starbucks every day. I think that wearing makeup has really pushed me out of my comfort zone because I live in Arizona. So if you live in Arizona, you know how it is. Like, you know, it's a very conservative state. You know, it's not somewhere where a lot of gay people are welcome. You know, we had that Sheriff Joe Arpaio, like a lot of very Republican conservative things going on up in here. And things like this still are kind of weird. Even though I'm at like a college campus and I still get stared at. Me and my boyfriend were walking on the street one time, or one of my ex-boyfriends, I should say. We're walking on the street one time, we got called fags. Like, so doing makeup has really pushed me to come out of my comfort zone because I know, like, even being who I am, just gay, is not accepted. So this has been another step forward in pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I think when you look at makeup as like an art form or like something to really express yourself, I think it becomes beautiful when it's not about like being drama or anything like that. So now I'm going to bake my face because I do use all cream products. So we're just going to take my e.l.f. setting powder again, wipe it on gently, blur your face. It's going to look blurry. Oh yeah, it's so nice too. And the only thing I don't like about this powder is it can get really weirdly smell. Like if you get this in your mouth, because it is superly finely milled, it's gonna taste gross and it smells really weird. Like it smells nice at first and then you get this like weird charcoal factory smell and it's gross, let me tell you. Oh my god, I got some on my nose, crap. And I got it on my laptop, oh well. Yep, just slide it right on like it were anything else. Don't press, slide to the left, slide to the right, crisscross. Oh my gosh, this is what I do most of my days. I'll be at work, or like in the window or anything, and I'll be like talking to someone, and then I'll start singing to them too. Like, I don't understand why I don't get more tips, really. My personality is genius. In the window, at least my Starbucks personality. I'm not a genius myself, but like when I'm at work, I make a ton of jokes, and I should get more tips than I do, but I don't. It's fine. So while this is baking, I'm obviously gonna go ahead and start something else. I do like to try and save time when I'm doing makeup, and something I learned at Starbucks called sequencing. So we're gonna go ahead and start my eyes while this is baking, and that should give us just enough time for a good bake-in. So I'm gonna take my Kat Von D Lock Concealer in the shade Light, and Lock-It Eye Primer, my apologies. And we're just gonna rub that in. It's very tacky feeling. I do like that feeling a lot just because it really makes me feel that the eyeshadow is going to get nice and stay nice and long. We're going to keep priming the lids. Primer up nice and good. And I've recently just started doing my eyes at this point. I used to do my eyes first because I squint a lot when I do that, so like I don't want to ruin my foundation as I do it. And I think I'm just learning to like be better at not squinting, you know? Ugh. But yeah, this is my life. But what about you guys? Tell me about yourselves in the comments, please. I'd like to get to know who's watching my videos. All of you. Every single one. And of course, you can follow me on Snapchat at Bryan Giannone1, BryanGiannone1. Follow my makeup journey closer. Okay, so our bake is still going. It's still going. So I'm just going to go ahead and start a little bit of that. I'm going to go ahead and start with my Urban Decay Electric palette. This is an oldie but a goodie. So the look I'm going to do today is going to be a reddish orange hollowy look, and I think it's going to look lovely, of course. So we're going to go ahead and start that up. I'm going to get my brush. Okay. Check. And honestly, look at these swatches though. Like, they're nice. Like, that was barely touching the palette, and they are so pigmented. Let's take a swatch of the pink one. Here it is. Like, look at that. Tell me that's not pigmented. Come on. That's some pigment right there. And this is a palette that's perfect for, like, if you're, like, a festival fan or whatever. If you like those, oh my god, this palette is gorgeous. Let me tell you. Alright, we're going to grab that brush. Go ahead and grab these ones. These ones. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and wipe off my bake. It's fine. Just take my fan brush and wipe off my bake really quickly. I don't like to let it bake too long because I don't want my face to be super dry throughout the day, but I also need to bake just because my face is oily. So ensure that you're doing it to the correct amount. I think your skin consistency and your skin type will really affect how this makeup look goes for you. So just be aware of that for sure. And this is a fan brush from Anjou again. I use all Anjou brushes. I don't have any Morphe brushes, although if you want to go to Morphe, use code James or code Manny for 10%. There you go, Sister James. You're welcome. So we're going to go ahead and take our palette back. I'm going to grab one of those first blending brushes. And I do cut my makeup kind of out of order than other people do. This is the order that I feel comfortable in. Don't let anyone tell you your makeup order is weird, because it's your makeup. Don't ever let anyone tell you your makeup is weird, because it's yours. Own it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my fluffy side. This is actually a brush I got from the Urban Decay palette, Naked Heat, but I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to dip into this orange shade first. And then I'm going to just go ahead and take that into my crease. Take her in. We're going to blend her carefully. Got to baby it a little bit. Name that movie, Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is also one of my favorite movies. Love Jurassic Park. It's such a good movie. Like, really, though. Yeah. Nice and blending out. Okay. I'm take it on the other eye. And make sure you're really getting those motions in of like left to right, really spreading that color out and being aware that you're not hitting your lid like I just did. Nice. It's okay, we're gonna clean it up in a second anyways, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. That's what I say a lot too. It's fine, everything's fine, it's fine. But the shade, look at how pigmented that is. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the pigment of this palette, please? Anybody? Bueller. Alright, cool. There's that. Go ahead and take the other end of the brush, also a fluffy kind of blender brush. Take it a little lower. And I do want to run this a little bit on my lid. It's going to be a pink shade that we're going to use. So we're just going to take it right in. Really want to dip that in. And you know, like you can see the clear differences between where these colors are. That's what I want for right now. I want to keep this look very geometric at the moment, just so I can definitely show what happens when you blend colors together. Just because I think it's a very helpful visual tool for those beginners out there that may be watching this video. So you're gonna see, oh, why does that look like that? I'm gonna tell you why. I just did. So again, very geometric at the moment. We're gonna blend her out. Don't you worry. Go ahead and grab that lid brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this shimmer shade. A thing about shimmer shades, you're gonna wanna take this, and you can see that the shade is on there. You're taking a little dip or two here. And then we're gonna go ahead and get our setting spray. And you're gonna wanna go ahead and give it a little spritz, okay? Just give it a spritz. Just because that's gonna help to pigment that shade. Sometimes ultra pigmented shades are very flaky or not very helpful when you're applying them. So you're gonna wanna get that brush a little wet. Do not put water on it. You know, don't run it under water. That's not good. But giving it a spritz or two with some water or setting spray, whatever you got in your cabinet, is gonna be very helpful in applying that shade. And I will apply it without the spray on the right side just to show you guys that difference. I'm just gonna keep going, keep blending, and I'm not gonna use an inner corner shade. I usually would, but this is already a very bright inner corner shade, so I'm not gonna do anything with that today. I'm just gonna leave her. Okay, so now that you see 3 layers of the eye, we're gonna go ahead and blend. Get my blending brush. There it is. So we're gonna take it and just blend it all out, blend it all together. And we're gonna start to see that dimension showing up, that contrast of the colors. We're gonna start to see a more uniform look, and that's really what we're going for. You can see where the orange and pink have blended together very nicely here. You can see where the orange started and where the pink together, and you're gonna start to see the silver and the pink to come together as well. And then we're gonna go ahead and go back over in just a sec. Yeah, you see that? Now you have that like hollow kind of look going. We're gonna go ahead and go over it one more time here. I'm gonna use a smaller brush just to be a little more precise with my brush strokes. One of these. It's more of a flat top concealer brush than it is a lid brush, but whatevsies, it's fine. Taking it back over. And then of course we're gonna blend over one more time now. I have my eye. Crap. Oh well, that's fine. And then I'm just gonna give it a blend, another blend out. And these shades are very blendable. Like you can see that there's a huge mark right there from where that silver was, and she gone forever. Who's she? Who dat? New found who dis? I don't know. It ain't me though. And now you can definitely see how that shade has come out. And for the final step of this little eye look, I'm gonna go ahead and give it one more spritz, and I'm just gonna make it more of a liner look. So we're gonna go ahead and just take it and make it very liner-esque. I'm gonna use that more of my liner than I will my lid shade. I just wanted that nice transition. Because I have hooded lids, so this is not, you're not gonna see any of this up in there when I close my eye. I have my eye like normal. So this is gonna help to make sure that color is seen. So now you can actually see the color. I'm a genius. You're welcome. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye off camera, but first I will show you that shade trick. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe my brush off. Get a similar style brush. Just kidding, I'm not going to do that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take it, a dry brush. Like, she there, but like her application is not. You see what I mean? This is why I use any sort of wet product to help get that going. Gonna go ahead and finish that other eye off camera. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Did the other eye off camera, as you can see. Definitely turned it more into a hollow, prismatic kind of look. So we're definitely not done with our look yet. We haven't done blush or highlight. I mean, we did our highlight with the Stila drops, but like I said, I'm an extra type of girl. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my lovely Fenty highlighting brush. Oh, for that, go ahead and dip into our Fenty highlight. I have one of those Duo Kilowatt highlighters. As you can see, she's very dipped into. That other side, not so much. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as like a blush slash highlighter. I'm going to just take this in and get it into my cheek areas. I'm definitely going for a warmer color story today than I am a cool one. And take it. It's very shark tooth designed. It's actually, if you read the description of the product, it's designed after a shark tooth to help get those nicer blending angles, and that was a lot. And I always forget that these are super pigmented. So like every time I do this every time, but it's fine. Like, you know, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, keep going. I'm gonna go lighter this time so I don't look like a clown. You know, sometimes you just make yourself look like a clown, and you gotta roll with it. Like, sometimes you're gonna walk out the house and your makeup's not gonna be perfect, and you just gotta accept that. You do, really do. You know, that's really one of the keys to getting better at makeup, is walking out of the house with your makeup looking like crap. Like, people will think, why? But like, then you learn. Like, throughout the day, you'll be like, oh wow. You'll look at yourself and be like, oh, that doesn't look good, or this technique doesn't work because it doesn't stay as long. Like, this is how you're gonna learn. It's not gonna be an overnight process of like, let me watch 20 million YouTube videos. Like, you could, and you could learn a lot, but like, nothing's gonna help you more than real world experience of walking out of the house and like, damn, I look fire today. What did I do today? Or like, damn, I look like crap. What did I do? Guarantee you nothing's gonna help you better than those two tricks. And then we're just gonna keep trying to blend that out, because I definitely went a little too hard. And by a little, I mean a lot of too hard, but it's fine. It is fine, we're gonna fix this. If you try your best and you don't succeed, I'll try to fix you. Again, another one. So, yeah, like I said, sometimes you just go a little too hard, and that's okay. You know, this is like I said, very glam, very out there look anyways, so we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna roll with it. So we're going to do that, and then I'm gonna start the rest of my eyes. I'm gonna curl them, of course. And most people don't do this step, like, won't show it on camera. One of my favorite parts, honestly. Like, this is one of my favorite parts doing my makeup. So you just get to relax, get something else to do the work for you. And, of course, making sure you're getting that full curl. And like I said, I'm extra, so I do like to curl my bottom lashes, of course. There we go. Okay. And try and be as still as you can, you know, when you're doing this. Try not to blink like I just did, either. Okay. There you go. Nice and curly curls. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my Lancome, I don't know, Lancome mascara primer. Thank you. I can speak today, no worries. Go ahead and throw that on there. And I think this is really helpful. It's like hair gel for your eyelashes. It's gorgeous. I think it's one of the most useful tools that's not spoken about in the makeup community. Getting a nice eyelash primer is so helpful. Didn't believe in these for the longest time. People were like, you need one of those. Or people would tell me, or like, I remember my tattoo artist who did this tattoo was telling about how his wife is a makeup artist. And like, her company doesn't have any of those, so she brought them in on herself. Like, of her own money, and like, her clients love her so much better because she's one of these. Like, your eyelashes are gonna stay in place once you put these mascara on. So it's gonna act like hair gel. It's gonna dry them out pretty quick. So you want to get in with your mascara real quick. I use the Marc Jacobs Black Velvet, or Velvet Noir, Black Velvet. I don't know. Velvet Noir. Noir is French and for black. Okay, it's Black Velvet to me. Or it could be Red Velvet. I love Red Velvet cake. Woo! This is a very nice mascara too. I love this just because it's so nice. Applies so nicely. It's a very good staying mascara. I don't wear false lashes. Always considered. I'm gonna get that other eye. And also, don't dip your mascara. That's another trick. That'll push air into the tube and that's gonna dry it out. What you wanna do is just gently set it back in and relock it. Don't push down. That will push air into your mascara. You wanna minimize the amount of air you're putting into that tube so you don't dry it out. Of course. Those bottom ones. Alright. A couple more passes through my other side. And no worries, those are looking kind of stuck together. No worries, I got a fix for that. I love to use, this is an eyebrow, like comb. Of course, comb your eyebrows. But also, use it to roll through your lashes once or twice. Get that separation going, you know? Get a bolder look going here. Yeah, you see that? Ooh, she's looking cute. Yes. So anyways, we'll just go ahead and finish up with that. And then we're going to go ahead and move into our lips. The final step. Find a good makeup routine. The Lippity Doodads. This is the Bite Lip Liner in the shade Glacé. Glace? I don't know. Kind of treat lip liners like lipsticks because I don't like to overline my lips. So what I'm essentially doing is literally using this like a lipstick because they're so much easier to work with. So I'm going to use this shade first, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my other shade, which is more of a mauve shade, and then put that on the inner side, and it'll create a very beautiful color. Looking nice and good. Okay, lips are lined. Check-o. And then we're just gonna take that Bite Beauty in the shade. I don't know. It doesn't say, but it's mauve. Take my word for it. I feel like this is easier than actually applying it to your lips. This will spread it better, I promise you. People go all the way over with the liquid lipsticks. You don't need to do that. Trust me. Trust me on this one. All you need is to spread it out a little bit. And hopefully you don't get it in your teeth. And literally, you're golden. Trust me. And look at those. The Lippity Doodads are done. Our Lippity Doo done. Ooh, what a good one. All right. And of course, we are still not done. Last step of my routine, as always, or at least like applying makeup, is our liner. I like to, like I said, my makeup routine is not segmented, it's not continuous. Don't hate. This is what makes sense to me. Go in, draw that line, and then we're going to go ahead and come up. Flick, flick, da flicka da flicka da wrist. But really, though, it's like all about the flick of the wrist. So that was kind of not helpful. I'm just going to keep drawing till that's straight. Excellent. I'm going to take that from there and come across with it. So you're going to crossing and make like a triangle. Some people like to use tape. Shout out to Anna, my pal. She loves using tape on her eyes, but I do not use tape. Hell no. Will not use tape. The tape is like provides a straight line for you, but like it's really not that difficult. You shouldn't need tape. This is just drawing a straight line. Like drawing straight lines. I mean, I'm not straight and I can draw straight lines, so get you together. Okay? That wing is very large and in charge. I'm gonna go ahead and do that other wing off camera. Be right back. And that is the other eye done, all ready to go. So for that last step, of course, setting spray, the e.l.f. Makeup and Mist set for only $4. Give it a nice, good spritz or two, or 25 if you're me. Pop that fan out, fan the crap out of your face. And we are all done. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to follow me on Snapchat, follow my Snapchat at Bryan Giannone, BryanGiannone1. Of course, subscribe here for Bryan G Beauty and more tutorials and videos to come. Thanks for watching.